effectively manage your online presence, you have to have a good handle on social media. Social media is full of popular platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. There's so many that are coming and going, some that are popular with certain age groups or certain demographics, some that are popular more in certain geographic areas than other. And it can be a really confusing area to try to get into. The key to successfully managing your presence on social media is being intentional. What do I mean by that? I mean you have an intentional voice, that you're posting intentional content in an intentional place. So let's start out by talking about that intentional voice. This is the same discussion that we had earlier when we were talking about branding. Your voice allows you to properly represent your business or organization. It's talking about your mission, your vision, your values, all of those branding elements that we talked about previously. You want to make sure that you are communicating who you are as an organization, who you are as a company, in every post, in everything that you do online. At the same time, you have to be speaking to the proper customer. You have to know their demographic, also what they care about. You have to know what interaction cycle they're expecting from you. If you're on Twitter, then they might be expecting some direct interaction pretty frequently, whereas maybe other platforms are only looking for an occasional post. And above all else, you have to be communicating value to your customer. Again, if you have not watched Building Your Value Proposition, I recommend that you go back and watch that course. Once you have your intentional voice, the next thing to do is determine where you are going to actually post. Have an intentional place. There's 3 questions that can help you determine which of the multitude of platforms you should be on. The first question is, what platform do your customers use? There are so many different options, but not everybody is on everything. I see so many companies say you have to be on Facebook. But if you're trying to reach Gen Z, there's a large portion of the Gen Z audience that don't even have a Facebook account and will never see your content or your platform. At the same time, if you are trying to reach business professionals, TikTok may not be the best choice for them. Once you determine which platforms your customers use, a key question to ask is, why do they use them? If somebody's using a platform completely for social interaction and all you're doing is getting on and trying to sell to them, they're going to tune out your content. They'll never see anything. They're unlikely to follow, and if they do, they're not going to continue to follow you. If they are on a platform for a conversation, then you need to be a conversation. If they're on for inspiration, maybe through Instagram or Pinterest, and they want to have those pictures or the products that are inspirational and help them move towards a particular life goal or some sort of dream, then give them those pieces that they're looking for. The third question that you need to ask after you know what platforms your customers are using and why they use them is, what fits my business? Just because you have customers on a platform and you know why they are using it doesn't mean it's a good fit for your business. Twitter, for an example, is an ongoing conversation where people expect almost immediate interaction back and forth, and to successfully manage it could take hours. If you are a 2-3 person team, you probably don't have the time to effectively manage that platform. I have a couple links to guides here on the screen, and they'll also be in your resources section. But the first one will kind of give you a good sense on who uses what social media platform. The second one is a nice guide on how to choose which platform is going to be the best for your business. After you have identified your intentional voice and you're intentional with your placement, now it comes to the content. You have to have intentional content, and that starts with a goal in mind. Why are you on a platform in the first place? Why are you using Facebook or TikTok? Are you looking for followers and brand awareness? Are you trying to make direct sales to a customer? Maybe you're just trying to put them in some sort of lead generation pipeline that a sales rep can follow up with later. Once you know what you're trying to accomplish by being on social media, it makes it so much easier to plan and create a schedule of content. And yes, you need a schedule. Don't just post whenever you feel like it or whenever you have free time. Plan something out. There's two ways that you could do this. One is think of it as a weekly schedule, and every Monday you're going to post a client profile, and every Wednesday you're going to post a new product offering that's coming out, and maybe every Friday you're posting events that are upcoming. You could also look at this as a monthly schedule where you are maybe for this month you're talking about a holiday sale that's coming up, and this month you're going to talk about a certain global awareness or maybe some societal piece that is important to your brand. Plan all of this content ahead of time, have it on the calendar. There are even tools that you can use to schedule this out so that you don't have to go in and physically post every time. Above having a schedule, you need to be consistent. If you are going to start on social media, don't just do it for a couple weeks and then forget about it. Work consistently. The more consistent you are, the more algorithms are going to start promoting your pieces. And the more consistent you are, the more customers know what to expect and are able to interact with the content that you're creating. I have here a link to a social media calendar from HubSpot. They're not a sponsor of this program, but I do like how they put this together, and it's a free resource that you can use. Social media can be confusing. It can be difficult to know where you want to go with it, but keep these things in mind. Have an intentional voice, post in intentional places, and have intentional content. And if you put all of these pieces together, if you plan everything ahead and you do it in a way that is consistent with who you are as a company and what your customers expect, you are well on your way to managing your online presence.